In today's video we are going to talk about random events that we will get to see in GTA 6. Obviously there will be plenty of events like we had in Red Dead Redemption 2, random NPCs getting robbed, horses killing their owners, and much more that we saw in Red Dead Redemption 2, but now in modern world, with a much broader list of events that can occur. But before we start, I just wanted to ask you to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the video, because I'm trying to get to 1000 subscribers by the end of the summer and your support is the only way it will be possible. Let's begin with trailer 2. The first random event that was interesting for me was a raccoon climbing out of a trash bin. I believe that we'll get to see this event a lot of times in the game. And just imagine, this raccoon that is climbing out of a trash bin could be carrying something valuable in his arms or in his mouth, and we might scare him by shooting, not him, and get the loot that he's carrying, or the worst outcome, we could kill the animal. But I think it's a cool event that happens often in real life, and we'll get to see it a lot in GTA 6 too. The next moment I thought was interesting was a woman greeting Jason. Obviously it could be just for this moment in the trailer, but maybe NPCs that know us could greet us, could talk to us, could compliment us. And it's also something interesting because it could lead to many cool interactions. Right here we can see a construction going on the side of the road, which is a nice little feature that we did not have in GTA 5. Just imagine, if you destroy the road, you could see construction workers actually repairing something, just like in real life. It's a huge upgrade for a deeper immersion. Right here we can see Jason working out on the beach, and in the background some interesting things are happening. First of all, a woman is walking her dog, and we can see a group of people also working out. And I think we'll get to see a lot of that if we go to any beach. Another cool thing is that we could see stray animals. Just like here we can see a cat sitting on an ATM in the store that Jason is walking out of. And right here we can see a homeless man probably begging for money, or maybe for alcohol, or maybe even for a dose of something. It's not clear. In this moment from the trailer we are located in the Haitian area, and we can see some NPCs lying on the ground. Some NPCs are observing how another guys are being detained by police. And you know, it's pretty cool because we haven't seen anything close to it in GTA 5, and it just brings so much of that realistic touch into the game. I also want to mention that we'll definitely have boat parties in GTA 6. As you can see, there are lots of different like small boats and a bigger yacht and a few jet skis, and people are having a good time. You can obviously see them on every floor of that yacht. They're probably drinking, listening to music, dancing, having fun. And that scene that we're seeing right here, we'll see it a little bit later too. It happens all the time. Once again, talking about the clubs, I think that Nightlife will be buzzing all the time. We can see Jason and Lucia going to the club, and look at this crowd, it's just huge. Over here we can see 3 women that are likely jogging, and this scene reminds me a lot of Franklin's aunt from GTA 5. Right here we are on Ocean Beach. We can see a group of NPCs taking a selfie, another guy in the back talking on his cell phone, and a woman taking a picture of probably her daughters climbing out from a window of an orange car, and they are probably dancing or maybe shooting a video for their social media page. Right here you can see a bunch of NPCs dancing on the roofs. Once again, it's not a club, it's actually a hotel that is located on Ocean Beach. You can see lots of NPCs dancing, stripping, I could say. And once again, as I said before, Nightlife is gonna be buzzing, it's gonna be amazing. Over here we can see seagulls sitting on a balcony of our first safe house that Jason and Lucia are gonna be living in Leonardo Keys. It's likely that many animals, if we leave the door open, could crawl inside our house. It's just speculation, but you can see right here, seagulls are sitting on the balcony. Once again, more boat parties as I said before. This time we can see inflatable flamingos and a small yacht. Now let's move to screenshots. Right here, I want to say that we'll probably also have pool parties. Just look at this, lots of NPCs are in the pool, some of the people are sitting by the pool, drinking, and we can actually see Drake One Priest enjoying his drink. It's also really likely that we'll observe lots of different fights in bars, just like in this screenshot where a cow is touching Jason's shoulder, alarming that something is off, and we can see 2 angry guys in the back. We already know that, it wasn't a mystery, we'll have drawbridges in the game, and I think that drawbridges will open up a lot of possibilities for stun jumps. We also know that biker gangs will be in GTA 6, located in the CRAZIER region, and right here we can see biker gatherings, and I think we'll get to see them a lot in the game. and obviously we could intervene. Over here you can see a raceway. I am more than convinced that it is a raceway, and I believe that we'll get to see some races going on here and maybe even participate ourselves as a side activity or maybe as a main mission. Talking about dynamic weather system, we could see fields that are on fire. Maybe they were purposely set on fire, maybe it's the weather that made them light up. It's not clear, but still, look at this, it looks amazing. And I think that it will be happening pretty often in rural areas. We're also likely to see NPCs getting their car washed in an unusual way. Obviously hunting is back from Red Dead Redemption 2, and we'll get to see a lot of NPCs hunting. Just like here in Grass Rivers you can see a group of people, you can see they got an alligator and a bobcat. Outside of hunting we'll see NPCs fishing, and once again, not even hunting, but actually getting away with all they got from police. And this scene in Grass Rivers looks absolutely amazing. This is definitely an event that we're going to see in free roam. Right here you can see a group of NPCs camping, you can see that they have a pickup truck, we can also see a boat trailer, probably that was used for a jet ski, and you can also see a campfire over there. I believe that Leonida Keys will be a tourist attraction because in this screenshot we can see a tourist bus, actually maybe even two of them, a group of tourists staying on a statue of a whale, some are taking selfies and others are in a souvenir store. I'm more than sure that in Leonida Keys area and maybe across Leonida state we'll get to see a lot of tourists like that. Continuing our theme of clubbing and partying, we can see people enjoying their time in a bar, and you can see one dude in the back taking a piss. Now let's talk about the SeaWorld a little bit. Right here in this screenshot we can see a group of NPCs diving. I made a video about that. We'll definitely have diving as an activity that we could perform ourselves, and we'll get to see a lot of NPCs doing that too. Just imagine a diver that got a problem, got stuck, and we should help him. It could be a random event. Or maybe a diver somewhere in the sea that got his leg bitten off by a shark, and we gotta help him. It could probably happen. Once again, a lot more boat parties. This time it's much bigger, we can see various boats, 2 yachts, jet skis, people dancing, chilling on inflatable flamingo, drinking, and you can actually see a shark just right here. Moving to Mount Kelga region, we'll definitely get to observe NPCs driving on their dirt bikes, doing races, and another interesting thing that I want to mention is a Widow News helicopter. I believe that when something will happen, like wildfires, some shootings, or some things going wrong, maybe even the things that we will cause, Widow News helicopter will fly to observe it, just like here. And I already see some people shooting that helicopter down. Once again we get to see NPCs hunting. This time it's not in Grass Rivers but in Mount Kelga region. You can see a dead deer and a squirrel on a tree. Maybe they're hunting illegally and we'll definitely get to observe it a lot of times in the game. Talking about bikers, once again you can see them right here in Mount Kelga region. They are clearly disrupting road traffic and are not following the rules, as you can expect from bikers. And seeing group of bikers in those rural areas will probably be a common thing. This time we get to see how animals are hunting on other animals and not humans. And this is also the thing that we'll see quite often in rural areas, especially in Mount Kelga region. And just imagine a man kayaking getting in some sort of situation. Maybe there is a waterfall and he cannot stop and we gotta help him. That could be a cool random event. Right here we can see a night butterfly talking to a guy in a car and a woman taking a picture of a cat. This is also something that we have not seen in GTA 5. It basically means that the interaction between NPCs will be much broader, which could lead to many interesting events. Another thing that will be happening really often is a guy getting kicked out of a nightclub and a group of homeless men carrying their stuff. Once again, talking about NPCs camping, you can see it right here. They're having a great time around the campfire. Now, in this screenshot, we get to see Vice City and a few interesting things. First of all, if you look to the right side, we can see NPCs are getting detained. One of them is already surrendering, another one is running away. On the left side, you can see NPCs playing basketball, and actually 3 of them are not just NPCs. You can see Carl Hampton, Jason, and Lucia over here. which is a cool little thing that Rockstar left for us. In this screenshot of a beach, we can see a few things. First of all, a guy using a metal detector to find some goods or jewelry on the beach, a group of guys playing American football, a girl jogging, a lifeguard observing something, and a woman sunbathing. Right here you can see a group of girls being detained on Ocean Beach, and they don't seem to take it seriously because a police officer is saying to get off the car and she's just dancing in front of him. Another girl is taking a selfie, and the other two also don't seem to be really serious about this. I believe that something like this will happen really often on Ocean Beach. You can see people riding in groups on their bikes around the town. This is also something that we'll get to see as a random event. That was the last screenshot. Now let's talk about Trailer 1. I'm sure that you saw lots of videos by this time about Trailer 1 and you probably know everything that happened in Trailer 1, but I just wanted to mention some cool events. First of all is a car meet. You can see different cars right here, some of which are heavily modified, others just a little bit, and you can even see a motorbike and various old school cars. This is likely a random event that's gonna be happening pretty often, maybe on certain days of the week. But it's a cool place to attend, and I'm sure that some people, myself included, will come to this place to just get a really interesting looking car and get out. Another thing that we'll definitely observe in the game is NPCs catching alligators. It will likely be a random event. Just imagine driving in the neighborhood and you hear some noise in the backyard of some house. You come to investigate and you can see a man trying to catch an alligator. That could be fun. An alligator entering a gas station, a really chubby naked man running from a policeman while it's raining. Pretty interesting scene. Once again, quiet naked old guy watering his lawn while it's raining. Also an interesting occurrence. Then we get to see a Thrillbilly Mud Club. I believe that many interesting interactions and even events will be happening right here. NPC car accidents will also be a thing in the game. Right here you can see a quite big accident. A guy crashed, and you can even see how the environment got a little bit damaged too. And something that we already saw before, the same that happened with bikers, we'll see people gathering using their bikes, riding around the town. Just like here, dirt bike, dirt bags. That's it, those were all the random events we have discovered so far in GTA 6, pulled from Trailer 1, Trailer 2 and official screenshots. From what we have seen, GTA 6 is shaping up to be the most dynamic and exciting entry in the series, packed with unique and immersive events. If Rockstar builds on the incredible world building of Red Dead Redemption 2, there is a good chance GTA 6 will take things even further, offering players an even richer, more unpredictable experience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell so you don't miss any upcoming content. Thanks for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next one.